Sri Srimad Bhakti Vedanta Narayana iti namine. Sri Krishna Lila Katane Sudaksham Audarya Madhurya Saita Yuktam Varam Varenyam Purusham Mahantam Narayanam Tam Sirasa Namami. Tridandinam Bhakta Shiromanim Cha Sri Krishna Padavya Hrudaika Vridi Chaitanya Lila Amrita Sarasaram Narayanam Tvam Satatam Prapadye. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadara Srivasadi Gauravakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare. Let me offer millions of blessings of lotus feet of Guru Gurudev Rupanuga Guru Varga Nama Nishta Santa Siparangu Prabhu Chanakya all present, past, future, Vaishnavas, Tavat, Dandavat, Pranams, Vancha, Kalpataru, Kripa Sindhu, Evacha, Patitanam, Pavanebhyo, Vaishnavebhyo, Namo Namaha. So, sorry for the delay, please forgive me. Yeah. And we change the connection to the broadband. Looks like the connection should be better now. If not, please let us know. Huh? Um, I hope you are hearing okay. Huh?
Sure, Gurudev, no
Now,
problem. Thank you.
uh, yesterday was Ekadasi, today is Dvadasi. Then 4th of June is Baladev's Vidyabhushan Prabhu disappearance. Then 5th June Ganga Devi's Avirbhava, Ganga Puja, Dashara, Ganga Mata Goswami disappearance. Then 7 is Ekadasi, 7th June. Unmilini Mahadvasi, Vanjali Mahadvasi, like that. And like we were telling, 8th Sunday, the Parana time is very short, right after sunrise. Huh? Then 9th is Paniyati. Huh? Then 11th is Jagannath Sthananatra. Then 12th is Shamananda Prabhu disappearance day. 16th is Vakreshwar Pandit appearance day. Then 21st is Srivas Pandit disappearance day. 22nd is Yogini Ekadasi. Then Jagannath Rath Yatra 27th June. 10th July is Guru Purnima. That's when Chaturmasya starts. Then 16th August is Krishna Janmashtami. 9th August is Baladev's appearance day. 31st August is Radhashtami. Some important time. Last time, there were some questions about the pradhana. Huh? Um, so material element, how the material elements came out. So for that, the Jaiva Dharma, of course, Bhagavatam is also there. Little slightly different, but the Jaiva Dharma is pretty much uh, creates it, tells you the in a detailed form. So, so to the background to that, uh, now it's very 16th chapter in Jaiva Dharma. If you any of you need more, please read that. If you have any question, we can ask. Huh? Very important. Of course, the whole Jaiva Dharma is important, but especially 16th, uh, in this chapter, Maya Grasita Jiva Tattva, the living entities who are under the grip of the Maya. Huh? What is their discussion about it? Huh? What is its nature and all that? Huh? So many questions are important. Very nice question. Um, why did Krishna has to make this Maya, create this Maya? Um, and then this prison, like that, why is necessary? Um, so he's he for Krishna's pastime, are the jivas going through the difficulties, like that, questions are there, very nice. But our focus is on the elements, you know, uh, how this Mahatattva, Pradhana, these things created. So in this case, uh, Hare Krishna, huh? ನಂದು ಆನ್ಲೈನ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಇದೆ, ಇನ್ನೂ 1 ಗಂಟೆ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಹ? ಯಾರು ನೀವು? ಹೌದಾ? ನಾಳೆ ಬನ್ನಿ. ಎಷ್ಟೊತ್ತಿಗೆ ಬರ್ತೀರಾ? ಎಷ್ಟೊತ್ತಿಗೆ ಬರ್ತೀರಾ? ಅಲ್ಲ, ಎಷ್ಟೊತ್ತಿಗೆ ಬರ್ತೀರಪ್ಪ? ಹ? ಹೌದಾ? ಈಗ ಅಗ್ನಿಹೋತ್ರ ನೋಡಿದ್ರಾ? ಹಾ. ರೆಗ್ಯುಲರ್ ಬರ್ತಿರ್ತೀನಿ. ನನ್ಗೆ ಜಪಮಾಲ ಬೇಕಿತ್ತು. ಹೌದಾ? ನೀವು ನಾಳೆ ಬಂದು ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ರೂಲ್ಸ್ ರೆಗ್ಯುಲೇಷನ್ ಇದೆ, ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಫಾಲೋ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಕೊಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಹಾ, ಆಯ್ತು ಆಯ್ತು. ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಬಂದಾಗ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದೆ. ಹಾ, ನೀವು ಇರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಹೌದಾ? ಆಯ್ತು ಆಯ್ತು. ಹರೇ ಕೃಷ್ಣ, ಹರೇ ಕೃಷ್ಣ. ಸೊ in this one is Rajanath asking question. Babaji is asking these questions. Is answering Babaji. Rajanath is asking. So, what is Maya? The illusory potency of Krishna, Maya. Huh? Krishna has many potencies. Potency meaning Shakti. Huh? Potency meaning is power is can be felt everywhere. For example, in the material world, president is sitting in the say in the capital, right? Take any country, president is powerful personality. He is sitting in the capital of the country, but you can feel his power is everywhere. You know, is it not? Indirectly, he is the one empowering, say, the army, it could be police or government doctor, anywhere, government officers, they're all carrying out this order. You know, they're all getting the power through president. Is it not? President empowers so many, it may be, you know, prime minister, and then prime minister to the chief, different ministers, and then the officials like that. Prime force is president. Power is that. So same way Krishna's potency, Maya, is Shakti, is felt in this created world, this material world. huh? Yoga Maya is felt in the spiritual world. Mahamaya, and Yoga Maya. Mahamaya is nothing but a shadow of the spiritual potency. Uh, you can see this shadow itself is so powerful. Wow. You can imagine the original power, Yoga Maya, how powerful it is. So this Maya potency is uh, this he created through Maya potency. He created this material world. Like other day we were telling why he created. Because jivas want a place for sadhana, practice, spiritual practice. He created a place. Like if you want to go to the college, the lab, they have a place, created a college, environment, university, the lab, different and all. So created with him. So we can do some experiments. Ah, Hare Krishna. ಹೇಗಿದ್ದೀರಾ? ಹಾ. ಹೌದಾ? ಹರೆ ಕೃಷ್ಣ. ಹಾ ಹಾ. ಬಂದ್ರಾ? ಆಯ್ತಾಯ್ತು. ನಾಳೆ ಬೆಳಿಗ್ಗೆನೂ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಹಾ ಇರಿ. ಹಾ ಆಮೇಲೆ ಮಾತಾಡ. ನಾನು ಆನ್ಲೈನ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್. ಹಾ ಹಾ ಇಲ್ಲ ಆಯ್ತು. ಹಾ ನೋಡ್ಬೋದು. ನೀವು ನೀವು ಕನ್ನಡ ಓದ್ತೀನಂದ್ರೆ ಗೀತಾ ಸಾರ ಇದೆ. ಹೌದಾ? ಓದಿ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ನೀವು ದಾಮೋದನ್ ಕೇಳ್ತಾನೆ, ಕೊಡ್ತಾನೆ. ಏಕಾದಶಿ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಬುಕ್ ಅವತ್ತು ಕೊಟ್ಟನ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ? ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಅವ್ನು ಕೇಳಿ ಕೊಡ್ತಾನೆ. ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಆಯ್ತಾಯ್ತು ಆಯ್ತು. ಏನ್ ತೊಂದರೆ ಇಲ್ಲ ತಾನೇ ಇಲ್ಲಿ? ಆಯ್ತಾಯ್ತು. ಬಹಳ ಖುಷಿ ಆಯ್ತು. ನಮ್ಮ ಪ್ರೊಫೆಸರ್ ಅದೇ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು. ಹೌದಾ? ಆಯ್ತು. ತುಂಬಾ ಸಂತೋಷ. ಆಯ್ತು. ಇನ್ನು 1 hour ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಆಯ್ತು ಆಯ್ತು. ಸೊ ಈ ಕೃಷ್ಣ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಮೈ ಕೃಷ್ಣ. By taking his name or in him, all our sins will be washed out. But the aparada meaning offenses, you know, you understand difference between the sin and aparada. Huh? Sin is like a dust on a piece of glass, and offense is like a mark. So Krishna will no problem. His name will wash out all these sins, but not aparada. He will not do it. He says, I cannot do. Talk to associates of Radharani. That's why aparada itself has the name Radha. So, aparada meaning what? Whatever activity that displeases Radharani, makes her unhappy, that is aparada. Aparada. So, only Radharani can make arrangement, get rid of the aparada. Nobody. I'll follow you. No? Guru Parampara. Yeah. Krishna will not mess with that. He forget the sin part of it. So that's why we have to be very careful with the aparadhas. You know. And to understand that this creation is important. We understand how this material elements uh, is created. This Mayika Tattva, material world made out of 24 tattva, different, like five Mahabhutas, like principal Maha elements, earth, the water, fire, air, ether, right? Earth meaning like the mud, mud. Then water, fire, air, and the Akash, space. So these five. And it also has the five qualities, each one. The the Akash, the space, as a sound, sound travels. Then then the air has the quality of touch, and also sound. Then the fire at the form, right? Form, and the touch and the sound, all the three are there. Then in the water we have a taste, and then form, uh, touch, and then sound. uh. In the earth we have a smell, gandha, and the form, and the taste, uh, touch, and sound. These are called five qualities, Mahabhuta quality. So this is five. So 5 plus 5, 10. Okay. Then we have five knowledge seeking indriyas, senses, and five karma indriyas, you know, uh, working senses. 10. I knows, knowledge, gathering. I know, hear, uh, tongue, taste, touch. Then the working senses, the hands, legs, the Jatrendriyas, like like that. Five. Then so five, 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 10, and then those become 20, right? The big element, five, earth, water, fire, air, then their qualities, uh, sound, touch, uh, then the uh, smell, like all those, taste, uh, gandha, all those five. So 10, 10, 20. Then this karmendra, 10, so 20. Then the mind, intelligence, consciousness, and false ego. These are four. These are the 24 elements. And then the 25th is the living entity, when it is entering this body. And the Paramatma, the super soul, is the 26th. That is these 26 elements in this material. So, and you can see, even though these elements are there, unless the Atma and Paramatma is there, it will not become active. Like a dead person. What do you mean by dead? All the elements are there, 24 elements. Uh, but it will not become active. So, the soul, presence of soul. Soul in this world is accompanied by Paramatma. In the spiritual world, soul is accompanied by the Bhagavan. We see Bhagavan all the time. So there is no need of Paramatma there. Paramatma in this world, because we have forgotten. Purposefully we have forgotten. Purposefully meaning, in his presence we cannot act like enjoyer. In the presence of a president, can we say, can we dress like a president, like a duplicate? You will be caught and put into jail, right? Cannot act. But you go away from far away and you dress like a president and then act like this, mimicking. But you are only mimicking, you have no power, you know. So, like that, in this material world, that's why this material world is called prison. In the prison, you can act like a president and all that, but nobody will not have any power, any influence. They will make a fun of it. It's only a fun, not real. But in presence of president, he cannot do. Immediately he'll be caught. So same way, we are competing with Krishna in this material world. That's why he has created it. Oh, you want to act like a god? Okay, do it. You know. But Krishna designed such a way how much damage we can do, but it will not be permanent. You know, because we have given all these elements to play around, which even if you destroy, it's not much a big problem, permanent problem to Krishna. It's like a child playing on a seashore, building so many things, this and that, and then somebody comes and, you know, does like this and is gone. So the sand goes back to sand. Understand? What is the big thing, you know? So sand cannot be destroyed, in one sense. Tail cannot destroy. It can disfigure and all that. It goes back to. So Even if it, so something like that. We cannot do any damage. And that's why the soul, Krishna did such a way, soul has no birth or death. Material elements has it, but this is a temporary thing, and you can play around this and that. So that's why this uh, Maya potency, Krishna's external energy potency is looks very powerful. Without Krishna's mercy, we cannot cross over. Even though it is shadow, but very powerful. No? Mayam yet saitan tarantite. No, very difficult, very powerful. You can see. No? So now how these elements are created? You get the idea, 26 elements, right? Of course, Atma and Paramatma is not created. It is there. But they join because of that. And these 20 elements form the gross body. And these four elements form the subtle body, Sukshma Deha, subtle body. Okay. So 24 element, 20 gross body, for mind, intelligence, consciousness, false ego, is in a subtle body. And that covers the Atma. Now, Atma is covered up by a subtle body and then a gross body. So, uh, like sometimes we compare it like a seed. The shell is there and a seed inside, something like that. Uh, of course, that's not the right answer, but right comparison, but something like that. The subtle body uh, is it stores the desire, huh? And according to the desire, this body is given, gross body, and then gross body again creates certain desire. So that's why it goes on and on like that. That's why it is needed. Now the pradhana, what is pradhana? So this material potency, Krishna's external energy potency, has many aspects. Uh, Avidya, vidya, pradhana. So avidya and vidya are jivanishta, related to the living entity. And then pradhana is jadanishta, meaning material elements. We will describe how these material elements are created. See, scientists are wondering, so many research, so many years doing research. Wow, what is this material energy? And they spend billions of dollars, trillions of dollars. But no, not a conclusive truth they have come. But here, one or two pages, it gives you the conclusion. you know, very well. So, and this is actually true. But that is also influence of Maya. If you forget Krishna, you keep on doing this way, speculation, this way, that way. Today they will speculate something, tomorrow they will break it. Just like the children playing, building some building in a sand, and then come and then gone. Science is also really playing just like that. You can see so many things. They say one thing and not same thing next day. And it's all theoretical and like that they play around. and they have no so up and down. Anyway, wasting time, but anyway, that is what it is. So from pradhana comes this jada, jagat, meaning mundane world. Huh? And then this avidya, ignorance, avidya, it creates desire to do karma, actually. Huh? So Maya also has vidya and avidya. Huh? It has relation with the living entity. So through avidya, to ignorance, the the living entity gets imprisoned, and through vidya vritti, it gets liberated. No? Vidya avidya. So the Maya potency is if if the living entity has no desire to serve Krishna, whew, it will avidya, bandhan, put you into prison. If it has a desire to serve Krishna, then it manifests vidya, knowledge, and through that, it gradually we get relief from this bondage. So, vidya, vidya. Then, uh, uh, as long as we are forgetting Krishna, we will be under the control of this ignorance, avidya. So, this Brahma Jnana, they're all vidya, no, vritti, speciality. Mhm. Avidya creates layers. The vidya removes it. Like that. Uh, Discrimination uh, it happens. Now, so this we understood, right? Vidya, avidya. Uh, to us. Now, from the pradhana, how these material elements are created. The 20. Remember, earth, water, fire, air, ether, earth, space, and each one's qualities: sound, touch, then sound, touch, then form, taste, and smell. And like this. These five, and then the working senses and knowledge gathering senses. Those are all 5, 10. So 10, 10, 20. So this form the gross body. So how the order is created. Uh, when the Maya Prakriti is, when Lord looks at Maya Prakriti, which is in a equilibrium, mode of goodness, passion, ignorance, all these elements are, equilibrium. But when Krishna's energy, time factor, want to create, desire. Because the living entity's desire, please make me a place where I can do experiment. I can behave like God or I behave like Krishna. Something like that, creates it. So Krishna provides it, Krishna makes it. You know, he creates a place where we can compete with him. Try to kill him. No, so this is nonsense. Mayavadi is, oh, he is not there. They can do only here. No, lab. You know, eventually no damage is done to him. But you get the feeling. Huh? So, uh, all right. So that's why he creates this. So how through kala? Kala meaning time factor. Time I am destroying everything. No? Somehow kala is such a powerful influence. Everything moves around, cycles around. You know, summer, winter, spring, all these form because of time. Moving. Krishna said. So when the time factor, when it is influenced, is, is shined upon, shined upon uh, Maya Prakriti, first it happens is Mahatattva. Mahatattva. Then Mahatattva, Maya's Vritti, this Pradhana, when that is shined upon, the elements started happening. How this Mahatattva, because of the time fact, it agitates. Okay, other before it was homogeneous, in balance. When the Krishna's energy through time, he wants a desire of create, it gets agitated, and then it creates ahankara, false ego. So from the ahankara, the false ego is also in the three modes: mode of goodness, passion, and ignorance. So mode of ignorance, first thing comes the space, akasha. See, if you want to house, suppose you want to build a house, what do you do? You build walls, right? Why? You are creating a space, isn't it, to keep things. If there is no wall, then what happens? Where do you keep? It's open, right? So that's why the first thing it creates is the space, akash, to keep things. Uh, then the akash gets transformed with the time factor, like the air element. And when the air element gets transformed with fire, then the through fire transform water. From water become earth. huh? So this is called Panchamahabhuta. huh? So, but actually, tell you the truth, scientists they have understood a little bit about earth, water, fire, air. They have not touched ether or the space, akash. Actually, they deny it, but it is there. It is there. We have actually experimental proof for that. You know, one day I can demonstrate, maybe some other. We can sense it. You cannot see it. It's so subtle. Imagine the air itself we cannot see, right? It's subtle, sukshma. But it's still a gross element. Okay? But we can feel when the wind moves, the leaves moving like this, branches moving. Sometimes so much wind comes, we cannot see. It uproots the trees, right? Uh, in US, in America and all that, it's called some, you know, uh, tornado, like that, tornado. Bah! It can wipe out big, no, small towns, big towns, ooh, everything. It can move airplanes. If the tornado is the like a airport, moves airplane going there. I mean, so much damage. But we don't see what is moving, but they are moving. So from that we infer that there's a big wind going with a such and such a speed and all that they say, but we cannot. So and that not be seen is made from the transformation of the Akash. Akash is how subtle. It it will pass through electron. If you get the idea, not through atom. It will pass through electron as if electron does not exist. So it is so sukshma. But scientists cannot imagine that. So they say, no, it doesn't exist. They made some experiments. What experiments you can make? If everything is made out of, that's why Akash is another name for Krishna, the first element is space, because he holds everything and so many things. Scientists have not understood. So one day soon they will wants to understand, and the only place of description of space is Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavad, Chaitanya Charitamrita, Jaiva Dharma, all those. So they will be forced to read. They will be forced to establish schools where these beings will be taught. I'm telling, okay, uh, really it will happen sooner or later. Okay, so uh, because certain things then it is demonstrated. Anyway, um, then now how these five qualities, the qualities of these five elements being created. Hmm? When this avidya vritti, when it is shined upon, this knowledge and karma take part. When Mahatattva's karma, activity, when it is transformed, then sattva and raja, mode of goodness and passion, jnana, knowledge and kriya, is created. So same way when Mahatattva gets transformed, it becomes false ego. See, these are all false ego comes from the time influence, the Mahatattva, material. So when so we saw the uh, mm, this false ego. When it is transformation of false ego is the intelligence. So then when the intelligence goes through transformation, then the akash, the space quality, sound gets generated. And the sounds transformation, touch. Then so in that the air at this touch and then the shabda, the true qualities are it. So from that comes the prana, ojas, and bala. Huh? It happens. Then the sparsha, touch guna, transform. Then the fire. Huh? In the fire, the rupa, form, touch, and the sound gets created. Then through time factor, when the through time factor, when gets transformed, in the water you have the taste, form, touch, and then sound is developed. Then same way by transformation of the uh, rasa, taste, you get smell, gandha, rasa, rupa, sparsha, and shabda. You know, smell, then rasa, taste, then form, touch, and then sound. These five happen. Then Vaikarika, Tejas, and Tamas. The Ankara is also three forms: mode of goodness, passion, and ignorance. From the goodness comes these Maha elements, uh, five elements. uh, And the five qualities. uh, That is mode of goodness. uh, And mode of passion comes uh, five indriyas, the 10, five working senses, five knowledge gathering senses. These 10 senses come from the false ego in the mode of passion. uh, False ego in the mode of uh, goodness is these five elements. uh, And these five jnanendriya is eye, ear, nose, tongue, and then touch. Then the five karmendriya, working senses. What is that? Sound, hand, leg, then the excretion, and then upasya, genital. These five. Like this, uh, with all these things together, uh, they will not get become active. Till then, the anuchit jiva uh, gets into entry. Mm. It's like a car, suppose car, Of course, remote arming and all that is different. Even remote, you have to pressing the living entity pressing, is it not? No, even. But unless the driver comes, put on the turns on, it starts acting. You know. So sometimes you might turn on remotely, but through a person. Suppose if you say, "Oh no, timer is set by the person, is it not?" In any case, person is directly or indirectly is responsible for its activity. huh? So same way, when all these 20 elements, huh, unless jiva, huh, these 24 elements, jiva is there, it will not work. Uh, So, and the 24 elements we say earth, water, fire, air, ether, and then Panchamaha, Panchatanmata, the qualities, uh, the smell, taste, form, touch, and then sound. Then five working senses, right? Eye, ear, nose, tongue, and the touch, twacha, skin. Skin is five knowledge gathering senses. And the sound, hand, feet, guda, the expression, and then the genitals. These are the five karmendriya. So these, uh, then mind, intelligence, consciousness, and ahankar, fortune. These 24 elements, tattva. It's called prakrita tattva. Then the 25th is the living entity. And the 26th is Paramatma. So, uh, you get the idea. No? This is how the, uh, believe me or not, this is actually true. No? So, uh, so this Panchamahabhuta, Panchatanmatra, 10 Indriyas, these are all gross body. Mind, intelligence, consciousness, and possible, sukshma, subtle body, linga sharira, where through this subtle body, my and mine, it is me and mine, this false identification is there. That's why, because of this, we become fallen from our real Swarupa, real, real Jiva Chaitanya. So that is far away from this, the subtle and then gross uh, day, time, place, time, and then these three modes of material nature. So even though it is very subtle, you can feel the entire body is power. Right? So so this very uh, subtle Atma. Hare Krishna. Hello? Hare Krishna. So even though the Atma is so make it so powerful. Oh, amazing. So in the material sense, you can see there is called Arichandan Bindu. Uh, Even though you touch in one place, this Arichana, you can feel the entire body, you know. So like that, it is the small, time, minute Atma enters, goes, gets into activity. Mhm. So then is also important question Rajanath is asking. Rajanath is very, very intelligent person, very sharp. Huh? And of course, Babaji is uh, million times even very powerful. But his compassion, Vaishnava, Vaishnava is compassion, tolerance. You know, if there is no tolerance, how there will be mercy? If Vaishnavas don't have tolerance, then nobody will get elevated, delivered. If the Vaishnavas ignore the common population, then where is auspiciousness for the ordinary living entities? You understand? So they tolerate, they know everything, but still, like the mother and parents tolerating the small babies, question this and that, insignificant, but still they tolerate and then convince gradually. Uh, because they have that mamata. Huh? Oh, he is my extension of my body, like that. The Vaishnavas also have Abhima. Like, because why? They see these ordinary people, ordinary mothers, ordinary parents looks at the daughter and the son as extension of their body, isn't it? The sadhus also see living entities, have affection and all that. For what? Because they are extension of Bhagavan. They are living entity, Atma, which is extension, no? Part of separate part of Krishna. So because of that affection is there. Oh, a living entity related to Krishna. Krishna loves them. Krishna is staying with them, Parama. But they don't know. See, we forget Krishna is there with us as Paramatma. He's accompanying all the time. But we forget. But when the sadhu sees Vaishnava, he sees Vishnu, Paramatma is there. And so he tolerates because their Paramatma is witnessing. It's like a judge. He is witnessing. You know. And, but the living entity, because they are dear to Paramatma, Bhagavan. So the Vaishnavas were Jivan Mukta. Even though they are in this body, they are liberated. Called Jivan Mukta Vaishnava. They will not be influenced by these three modes of material nature, these 24 elements, gross and subtle. So they engage in the service of Krishna. So when Krishna is served, when Krishna becomes happy, they become happy. So mutual like that. Then he's asking this question, Anumatra Jiva. is the kshetrajna. Observe, this is kshetra, area, uh, who controls that area. Like, for example, you have a corporator, you know, certain city has a, like, area where he has a jurisdiction, jurisdiction, right? Power over that certain area. Same way, the living soul has jurisdiction over this body, and and understands it can experience this happiness and distress. huh. So then Vajranath is asking if jiva's karma and sukha dukkha, if the living entity is the experiencing this, the karma and happiness and distress, then where is the kartutva of Bhagavan, Ishvara? Then what is, how it is anything to do with Ishvara? What is the need of Ishvara? Some people like that. So Babaji is telling Jiva is Hetu Karta and Ishvara is Prayojana Karta. So the Lord is Paladata, is the bestowing the fruit, and Jiva is enjoying the fruit. But without Bhagavan giving the fruit, how he can enjoy? You know. So uh, that's why is a Hetu Karta, the reason. Ishvara is Prayojana Karta, Prayojaka, huh? Prayojaka, who becomes responsible for this to happen, like that. Then he is asking how many kinds of jivas are there. This is also very interesting. It gives an idea, how many kinds, what are the stages of this consciousness is there. 5 types: covered consciousness, contracted consciousness, budding consciousness, and then, like this, open, vikasita, chetna, and purna vikasita, like this. Now, bud, little opening, and then complete opening, like this, vikasita. So, in this question, is asking what kind of living entity which are covered, consciousness, covered, like trees, then lata, vriksha, lata. Lata meaning it is, like a kind of thing covering the trees or the goes by small burly, little thing, prunalata. Then grass, then stone, it's called covered consciousness. huh. So the trees, the burly, the, then grass, stones. They are contracted, covered consciousness. Uh, so they have forgotten Krishna so much. Mm. Jadiya guna, in this mundane materialist qualities, they have gone so far. Uh, almost their Chit Dharma, spiritual nature is almost completely lost or covered. So they go through this six transformation. They take birth. They stay for a while. And they grow. Transformation. Then come down. And then destruction. They take birth. They stay for a while. Then they increase transformation. Then decreases. And then get destruction. Tree, for example, it grows, right? Then it grows a little space and then it changes, become. Then transformation, then becomes old. You know what happens? Then it dies. So, the example is this is the lowest to the extent we can go living entities. For example, Ahalya, Yamalarjuna, Saptatala, uh, because from offenses has happened. uh, that's why they have become either like a tree, grass, or stone. So Ahalya, for example, Ahalya in Satyuga, it happened. So she is the wife of Gautam Rishi. Then Gautam Rishi, uh, because of her, one behavior, because Indra actually uh, it came in the form of Gautam Rishi and then met it with her and then realized and then he became very angry and cursed her. You become a stone. See, the living entity because of the aparadha, you know, became a stone. Cursed. Gautamani cursed her to become stone. So then she prayed, please, how I will be delivered? How I will be delivered? Then when Gautam Rishi saw her wife is crying, 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 he got compassion. Uh, Then he told her, in Treta Yuga, Bhagavan Ramchandra, when he appears on this earth, to reduce the weight of this earth and all these demons, then by the touch of his lotus feet, uh, uh, so by his touch of lotus feet of Rama, you will be delivered. But then Ahalya is telling, oh my husband, right now Satyuga is happening. After this comes Dvitiya, second, then Dwapara, Treta will begin. Oh, Treta will come when? It will take a long time. How I can tolerate becoming a stone? Please have mercy on me. So please let me please make very very quick arrangement to deliver me. So from this Gautama became very pleased and then he said, don't get worried. For you, for your sake, in this Chaturayuga, you know, in this yuga. After Satyuga comes Treta Yuga begin. And then Ditya Yuga, Dwapara, after Treta Yuga. So, because of see the power of these sages, because the desire of Gautam Muni, in this Chaturayuga meaning four yugas, right? Satyuga, Dwapara, Treta, and Kali Yuga, right? So this time, because of the Gautam Muni's thing, to bring liberation to wife Ahalya quickly, he influenced, he has a power to change the order. Satyuga came afterwards, Treta Yuga came, and then Dwapara, then Satyuga. These two got interchanged. He has that power. When that happens, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appears and becomes Danya Kaliga and so many things. Okay. Happen. So then, so after Satyuga, you know, Treta Yuga came and then Lord Ramchandra came and he was a small boy. Huh? Ramchandra, uh, Lakshman, Rama, Lakshman. You know, they went with Vishwamitra to protect his yajna, fire sacrifice. So many demons came, he destroyed. After that, he took him to this place. On the way, he said, "We're going to put your feet, touch." He touched it, and she became a holy. See, he came back from the stone, and she prayed, saving me. I was suffering. I was suffering. You know, like imagine, a living entity so active become like a stone. What he can do? It's that. Uh, so like that, she was delivered. Then she went to meet with Gautam Rishi. Now this Yamalarjuna, Yamalarjuna in the Krishna's pastime, two trees in the near Nandamara's house. You there were two trees, identical, almost brothers. Oh my God. So how that trees happened to be there? One time, the children of Kuvera, Nalakuvar and Manigriva, and they were on the bank of Mandakini River. They were they were playing with the ladies, girls, naked this way, that way. Then Narad Muni, is going there. He happen to go there. And the Nalakuvar and Manigriva, they were immersed in this lust. When the girls became very shy, and because of the fear, they started shaking. Then they wear their dresses and they approached Narad Muni and asked forgiveness. Uh, then these two boys, two brothers, he started laughing and making jokes. And then and complained, why, Narad, you have to come this way. Why not go some other way? You disturbed our playing, our enjoyment like that. Then, because Narad Muni is very dear to Kubera, very dear, Narad Muni considers Kubera as his children, are related, or uh, so then what happened? Uh, because Narad Muni said, Kubera children, my friend, what is this? Being naked and then complaining. Why? Kubera is so exalted. These boys should be taught good lesson. So he cursed them. Become a tree. Because tree does not wear any clothes, right? Trees are naked. Animals are also naked. Dogs, cows. Trees are also naked. So he cursed. Then, but then, because see the power of the sound of pure devotee influencing the Yamaraj, they Kubera's son, they start becoming like a tree immediately. Transformation happening, you know. Then they realize, oh, we made a mistake. See, all this false ego. See, this is the thing. They are becoming trees. They cursed him. You become a tree. Then they came to the senses. Oh, Narada, please forget it. Huh? Uh, so because they are jnana shunya, they have no knowledge. So then they're crying, how will we get liberated? Then he said, in Gokul, he will be born. And then in the Dwapara Yuga, Krishna will come, small boy, by touch of his lotus feet. You will get delivered. So, like that. Uh, then Saptatal. You know, the Jayavadharma giving example, these three. See, that's why you get an indication. All these trees that we see, they're all like that. You know. Uh, so, these are all personality, consciousness. That's why they're covered consciousness. Uh, covered consciousness. Um, this saptatala, saptatal, meaning seven kind of a tree, tallest tree, some kind of tree. Huh? In Treta Yuga, hmm, huh? Bali was there, right? Wali, huh? Kapipati, Wali. Huh? They brought very, very sweet seven tall fruit. Huh? Hmm. Forgot in English what they call it. It's some kind of fruit, seven fruit. Huh? Treta Yuga, Wali. Then he kept some place and then he went to take a bath. Then then he said, after taking bath, I will eat these fruits. So, but after taking bath, he comes and sees the seven fruit. uh, This one snake, poisonous snake, has destroyed it. Then Wali got big anger. We became very angry. Then you curse this serpent, the poisonous serpent. You become trees. So because there were seven fruit, uh, so it became like a seven trees. Tree. Then the father of this snake, because the snake was cursed, it became a tree, seven. Then the father of this snake heard this, my son has been cursed, become tree. He himself cursed him, Wali. Then these seven trees, one is going to pierce one arrow. uh, that person will kill you. You get died. See how her thing happened. Then it so happened. Then when Lord Ramchandra, you know, searching for Sita, he came with, Lakshman. That part. So then Hanuman, they met. Hanuman brought him to this place. Uh, there was understanding. Ramchandra and Sugriva, became friends. Sugriva was beaten and then thrown away by Wali. So Sugriva came out. I will help you to find it, Sita. Then before that, he wanted to test Lord, that he wants to be able to kill Wali or not. For that, he did some tests. One of the tests was pierce the arrow through seven trees. So Lord Ramchandra was able to do. And the trees were not straight. One there, one there, one there. Goes like this, like this, like this. You know. So uh, and because Ramchandra did that, he killed Wali because he was cursed by the father of the snake. See how the cursing next transformation. Then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came and he hugged them in his curry, and then he sent him uh, to the Vaikuntha. Huh? Uh, he released them from this covered consciousness. Become so seeing these things that Adivasi, the primitive people who were living in that area, they felt he must be Lord Ramachandra. So this is described in the Chaitanya Charitamrita. Of course, they are also true because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is incarnate, is also Lord Ramachandra. Krishna is incarnate Ramachandra. Then then the contracted consciousness, see, this is covered consciousness, like the stone, trees, they're all living entities, but covered consciousness, very low. And the contracted consciousness is what? Like the bird, animal, snake, fish, living entity in the water, the flies, butterflies, they're all contracted consciousness. Um, there is some kind of experience in the contracted consciousness, like they hungry for, feeling hungry for food, sleeping, fear, then going here and there, and then they put some power over others and they fight each other. When they see mm, some people are not improper behavior or not, uh, what do you call, improper things doing, cheating or like become angry. These are all contracted consciousness. But in these contracted consciousness, they have no knowledge of the higher planets, Saraloka. Hmm? And what will happen behind, or what is going to happen, that they don't know. But they also have some krutagnata, feeling indebtedness. huh? Like, the dogs, they feel indebted. Oh, you give some food, they does like that. Uh, and some living entities have some understanding of this material element. Uh, but even though they have these good qualities, like other day I saw, see the leaves, trees have so much. Uh, of course, it's still covered, but still, mathematics way. They have amazing things. Scientists are they how they are mathematics, understand order the way it does. It's very amazing. That shows they must have a subtle body. This is another aspect. Um, so in this one, these contracted living entities will not have discrimination, knowing. questioning who is God, how can we realize, that kind of thinking or deliberation, that is not there. That's why it's called contracted consciousness. But you might say, no, wait a minute, in the Bharat Maharaj became a deer. He was conscious. That is extremely rare case. Okay? Because of the bhakti, extremely rare case. Huh? Mm. So then Bruga, Raja and Bruga, there are two examples. Now, uh, because of their aparadhas, they have to be taken as animals. Uh-huh. So by the mercy of Lord, when the aparadha becomes Shina, he gets Sadgati. Yeah? So what is Mukhalita Chetana? Meaning budding consciousness, budding consciousness. Huh? So in the human forms, in the human, there's three kinds of, three stages we can understand, we can see. That is Mukhalita Chetana, Vikasita Chetana, Purna Vikasita, meaning budding, slightly, you know, and then full blown, little flower like a budding flower will open up little bit and then fully blown, fully opened up. So three stages. huh. So, and uh, but the human entities began into five divisions. How niti rahita manav. The human, some people are, they have no rules, regulations, niti. They don't follow any rules, regulations. You know, they behave like anything. No regulation. Then Nirishvara Naitika, uh, Niti Rahita Manav. Hare Krishna. Niti Rahita, meaning improper behavior. Okay. Uh, like improper, and what is the other word? Misbehavior. There is no rules regulation, like animalistic. They don't care. So, and then the other kind is they become little naitika, meaning they decent. Okay, you can say indecent people. Okay, indecent people, and there is a decent people. So in decent people is also called decent people who do not believe in God, and there are some decent people who believe in God. Really, two kinds, three kinds, right? One is indecent, then decent but no believe in God. Decent, believe in God. Okay, three. Then sadhana bhakta, like practitioners. And then bhava bhakta, who are advanced. These five, right? You understand? Five stages of five different kinds of human beings. Indecent, okay, they are bad. Decent, but they don't believe in God. We come across they dress up this that, but they don't believe. But some decent, but they believe in God. And then sadhana bhaktas, who are practitioners and they are advanced devotees, right? These five kinds of human beings. Huh? So now those human beings, by knowingly or unknowingly, they don't have faith in God. They don't believe in God. It's called niti shunya, nirishva naitika. They are no indecent, and also decent, nirishvara. When true decently, when he has some faith in God, then it's called Seshvara Nitik. Huh? Then through Shastra, according to the Shastra, scriptures, when one goes in the practice, he gets some taste. It's called sadhana bhakta, practitioner devotee. Then when one attains love, even little bit towards Lord, when it takes birth, it's called bhava bhakta. Um, so in this one, but there are three kinds of consciousness. You get it? Five different kinds of humans, but three kinds of consciousness. Now, how they match? How they tag on? So the niti shunya, meaning indecent people, and decent people who have no faith in God. Okay, you understand? So these two humans, they are called mukulita chetana, meaning budding consciousness. Indecent people and decent with no belief in God is called budding consciousness. Then Sheshwar Naitika, one the like sadhaka, practitioner, bhakta, and then a decent person who has faith in Krishna. These two are vikasita, meaning just opened up. And the bhava bhakta is purna vikasita, completely opened up love. So then Rajanath is asking a question. This the highest level, bhava bhakta, opened up, purna vikasita, consciousness. How long they have to be under the influence of Maya? For how long? So Babaji is telling, I will tell you next. Look, you know, next chapter because it has become late. So then the next chapter begins with the living entities who are liberated from the influence of Maya, the clutches of Maya. So that discussion starts later. So we get some idea of the different living entities controlled in the grip of Maya, and how these material elements are created, uh, how we are bound. See, the soul is nothing to do with these 24 elements, understand? But because he has forgotten Krishna, we are forced, to grip, put into prison with this stuff. Like when you go against the rules, regulation of the state, right, country, Will be put into a jail. Then they give you new dress and a number. It is not. Ah, so it is something like that. Gross body and subtle body is the dress, huh? And we are forced to go through this suffering. And then they'll put us into different kind of category of consciousness to the degree of aparadha. Too much, then become a tree, stone. Next level is animals, birds, and all like that. Then the third level, human. Human also has five varieties, three level of consciousness. So like this gradation. So we can see the bhaktas, practitioners, how far ahead. We are very close. So that's why we are very, very fortunate, especially in this age of Kali. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has come and promised, he will be delivered easily by chanting the holy name. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. See, this chanting does what? Chanting does, like in the pastime of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was walking through dense forest. What happened? The tiger and the deer, animals, they are in achadita, sankuchita consciousness, sankuchita, covered consciousness. They don't know what is God, is that. But because when they heard Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, pure sound, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, what happened? It transformed their consciousness, in a contracted consciousness to the Purna, you know, Sankuchita, Vikasita, Purna Vikasita contract. Mm. So, contracted consciousness to budding consciousness, it will open up and Purna open up. So, he went up to the Purna opening by hearing the pure chanting of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And what happened? They started hugging, crying, even though they are in the body of the animals. But this is the power of the holy name. It's the power of the pure devotees, especially. Of course, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Supreme Lord himself, but he came in the form of a devotee. Understand? Chanting, crying. He is crying. And so over years, his chanting, they also start crying. They transform from the lowest of the consciousness to the highest. Hup. And they realize, but they are in the body is there. Body does not change. Understand? And they cry. Of course, later on they will give up. They will no longer see. Once they hear, it is not that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was there, then they forget. After leaves, they are fighting with the deer. Even though deer is hugging the lion, lion is hugging deer, crying Hare Krishna, Hare. Even they are chanting. You understand? Can you imagine a lion uttering Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna? The consciousness, meaning the consciousness opens up the software, you know, is limited. Conscious opens up the software and gets sound out, proper sound, chanting, Hare Krishna. Understanding, gives the knowledge, vidya, and they feel liberated, even though this body of the lion or the deer, you understand? So, get transformed. Amazing. See, this is very, very special. It will not happen all the time. That's why the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he delivered, even the lions, tigers, deer, If we have little faith in Him, can we not deliver us? You understand? We are suffering by this lower conscious all along. So we are imprisoned. So the only way to get out of this imprisonment through chanting and ekadasi, you know, ekadasi because it shows some responsibility on our part. Sacrifice. Lord, I'm willing to sacrifice. One day I will not eat anything, I will not drink anything, depending upon one's position, to the degree to that shows commitment on us. I'm willing to do this. Then Lord also says, oh, he's committing, he's giving, giving up, sacrificing. So he will move and show mercy. That's why this is very, very important. So we thank Lord. Holy name, Gurudev, Guru Parampara. Without Parampara, Guru Parampara, there is no chance for us. It will be like a worm in a stew, trying to go back to this. It trek a living in a stool, worm wants to go back like that. So only our Guru Parampara give the strength to give up the dull taste for this material thing, 24 element. Understand? No. Taste for this. Of course, we are in this body maintaining, we accept little bit just for maintaining this body. That is called Yukta Vairagya. Huh? Not false, you know, renunciation. It's just, uh, just enough so we can progress in bhakti. We accept little thing, progress in bhakti, not to intoxicate ourselves, our senses. Huh? Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhu evacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo. Sorry for the delay, please forgive me. But I hope the quality was sound and everything was good. So we thank
Dhanyavad pranams, Gurudev. Hare Krishna. Quality was very good
Pandavak
and the
Pranam,
class was
Gurudev,
excellent.
Dandavad Pranam.
Vancha kalpataru